All right. Hello and welcome back to another episode for MC Airsoft. I am Mark, and today we're going to be talking about perhaps the second most important thing right behind eye protection, and that's going to be water, right? So why is it the second most important thing? Well, as humans, we're mostly water, and any physical activity, any being out in the heat, doing things like that, is going to make you dehydrate. Depending on you as a person and how much hydration you've had, how much physical exertion, you're going to dehydrate at different rates, right? But you're going to dehydrate. First thing to say is hydration doesn't happen the day of, right? Hydration needs to start beforehand, at least a couple days or at least a day beforehand. So you need to be hydrated. It helps your muscles function properly, it helps your brain function properly, and it'll keep you from getting like dehydration migraines and things like that. So how much water should you be drinking? I'm not going to say because I consider that medical advice, and I'm a guy on YouTube talking about airsoft. Don't take medical advice from me. Do your own research or go talk to a doctor. So personally for me, though, I drink about a gallon a day. I live here in northern Arizona. It's hot, it's a high climate, so I need quite a bit of water. Minimum 3 liters, trying for a gallon a day. When I go play airsoft, I might be drinking upwards of a gallon and a half, maybe 2 gallons a day, because it gets hot here and it's dry here. So just being outside is already going, because of the lack of humidity, is going to be sapping moisture from you. And on top of that, you're going to be sweating because it's hot. And just because you're in a cold climate does not mean you don't need to hydrate, right? You might not be sweating visibly like you do here in Arizona where you're dripping beads, right? But you're still going to be sweating into your gear, especially if you're wearing warming layers and doing physical activities, right? You'll be sweating into it, you just might not notice. So make sure you're keeping up with your hydration even in cold climates or hot climates, or medium temperature climates. When I go travel to Minnesota, even in the winter, I'm going for non-airsoft things, but it's still physical exertion, and I'm still drinking a gallon a day if I can, maybe more, depending on the time frame schedule and where I'm staying and when I'm in Minnesota. So so it's important to hydrate even then. So really, you have 3 different kind of stages for hydration. The first one is going to be for shorter games. It's going to be for games that maybe require face mask, or games that they're shorter or have a staging area, or you're going back to the respawn often and you can drop something off there, and that's going to be your normal water bottles, whether that's the like 99-cent water bottles or the smart water kind of water bottles, a little bit bigger, the fancier waters that are made of a better plastic and stuff like that. But the idea is that you have water in your pack, either at the staging area or at the respawn point or something like that. This is going to be okay for shorter games, or like I said, ones with face masks, because if you are even at a longer game but it requires a face mask and a ref catches you taking off or lifting up the face mask to get water, that might cause some issues. So abide by the rules of the field. Although if you feel like you're getting dehydrated, step off the field and drink water. Right? Now, I'm not talking about Gatorades and Pedialytes and all that other stuff. That's great supplemental hydration, but you need water. So the first one is going to be in your staging area. The second one is going to be carrying some kind of water on your person, like some kind of bottled water on your person. Now, an example of that are Nalgene bottles. Now, this is a big one. This one I got cheap for $8, holds 300 milliliters, and this I can take with me on drives. I can take with me to airsoft fields and leave it at the staging area, or if I'm wearing a backpack and I need to, I can just throw it in the backpack. It is as big of a bottle as you can probably fit in one of those, but in the same vein, although maybe leaving it in the staging area, you might just have a gallon jug or something like that. Or carrying water bottles on your kit, whether that's in mag pouches, you can throw in dump pouches, in a backpack, whatever the case is. Carrying water on you into the field is going to really help for those longer games, or even hotter games, or games that are going to be not requiring face masks, and you're going to need water throughout the game, right? And again, I'm not really talking about the 15 to 30 minute games. 30 minutes maybe, but 15-minute game, you can always just walk out of the field, drink water, come back in the next one. It's going to start up pretty soon at most fields. And for the 30-minute games, you can walk off the field again, or you can stay there, hydrate if it doesn't require a face mask. But when you're going to be carrying water on you is pretty much anything over that 30-minute mark. Any kind of longer games, you're going to need to carry water on you so you can hydrate throughout, right? Now, obviously, do it in a safe environment. Do it, tuck yourself away, take a knee behind cover, whatever the case is, and then drink your water so you don't get shot while trying to drink water, because then maybe you get shot in the mouth if you're drinking. Maybe it goes in your mouth, which would be bad. Or maybe it startles you and you choke on the water you're drinking, right? And that can be a bad day. So, so the second stage is you're now carrying water, but it's not easy access, right? It's water bottles, it's Nalgene's, it's, things of that nature. The third stage is going to be something of this nature, right? Now, I keep meaning to get a hose cover for this, so don't judge me, but I forget. This is a Camelbak. Now, this is specifically in a, I believe this is Pantac. Yeah, Pantac map pouch. This is a pack that I've had through 3 different bladder setups. I've had it for well over 10 years. This went on deployment with me. This went on, has gone on a lot of hikes and camping trips and airsoft games. So a lot of people might look down on Pantac because they're not a name brand, not one of the more high-end Gucci whatever brands, but that is a solid pack. But it is a Camelbak kind of thing, right? Obviously, or hydration source, bladder carrier, whatever you want to call it. The common colloquial is Camelbak, so that's what I'm going to stick with, even though the bladder itself is Camelbak brand, the pack is not. So this is going to be better for your extended duration. Something like you're going to a milsim or just a longer game in general. Maybe they don't require face protection, so you can take that hose and get in there. Another great part about these is if you get one of the easier to use ones, especially the ones with the turning valves so you can turn it at different angles, you can actually get this under face protection and drink while you're wearing your face protection. So that's a great part about these, although they are a little more expensive. Now, what do I have set up in here? So it's a Camelbak bladder. I believe this is 3 liters. Carry what you need. Water gets heavy. And in addition to that, I do have, mostly for camping sources, not so much for airsoft, or camping times, but not so much for airsoft. I do have a Sawyer brand water, mini water filter. And what these are is these are inline filters. So you cut your line coming from the Camelbak. I like mine inside the pack so it's not extra bulk, but you cut your line, and then it push fits on. You can then tape it down or whatever you need to do. But that's a water filter, because I have it on there for two reasons. One, if I really need to get some water that might not be in the best shape, like from a stream or something like that, obviously take your proper precautions. Don't drink from unknown sources if you can help it. But for camping or hiking or something like that, that's going to be a great option. Another reason I have it on there is because Camelbaks especially, but other brands too, like to build up a funk to them, right? Not necessarily mold, but just a funkiness to them, whether that is the heat cooking the plastic, or that is mold, the start of mold or something like that. Obviously, clean your Camelbaks regularly, but that is something that can help to keep you from getting diet problems, stomach problems. So Camelbak is going to be the best option for, especially for longer games. But like I said, if you're playing 15-minute games at your local field, you might be good with just leaving water at your staging area. But the most important thing is going to be have water with you. Not Gatorade, not Pedialyte. You can have those, but make sure you have more water than those other things, right? On average, you're supposed to drink about 1 to 2 times the amount of water as you are Gatorade and things like that. Your body needs more water than it needs those other things. Electrolyte tablets are another good option if you're going to like a milsim or something like that. You don't want to carry extra bottles of other fluids. Electrolyte tablets or pills are a great option for hydration, but drink plenty of water. It is going to really help you throughout your games, and especially when you get into longer games. So yeah, it's pretty much what I wanted to say about carrying water and stuff like that. Obviously, any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, down in the comments. I've used quite a few different sources for camping, military use, or airsoft over the years. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. But until next time, stay safe and stay hydrated.